Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 13 or 14, I believe, of What If Civilization Started Over. And in today's episode, we're going to take a look at more of the age of religion. And there are going to be some pretty big breakaways today. And there's going to be something very cool that I have planned. But for now, we're going to get into this video by going ahead and looking at the red team. By this point, that one military leader, I've already talked about that, he's died. But now, his son's son has died. And so, they're going in like this, into this country right here, because they have the same religion. Take it all over and incorporate it into their territory. And, yeah, no need to look at the province map, which I have fully done. But now we can go ahead and look at more of the red team's conquests. And now, the red team, they have decided that they are going to be attacking the pink team. And they signed a deal with the cyan team and the gray team to get them to help attack as well. So, it's going to start off with the gray team attacking in some of the more populated areas. And they pretty much instantly surround the capital. It doesn't take much. This is a very big country. Then the red team is going to declare war on them. And they go pretty far out. Take about this much land. Then the cyan team, the light cyan team, will go in and attack as well. Taking about this much land. And this is very bad for the pink team. All their major cities, they didn't have any major cities, but we can also see the population from provinces. Their most important areas have already been captured. And in their religion, we can see they're a split religion. They technically have their own religion in the form of a, not really, like a sub-red team religion. And that religion is going to become its own country. And it is going to be this little orange thing right here. I made it a little bit lighter based off of the normal one. And it grows very quickly. Eventually, though, the three other powers we're gonna get closer to the center. Capital is taken. This country does not want to surrender, so they don't. The red team's troops are all focused on this area, and eventually, that area becomes part of them. This area becomes part of the cyan team. And this area becomes part of them. So, very wonky borders right here. So, let's take a look at the peace treaty. And here is the peace treaty. Starting off, the red team down here, they're going to take over a good amount of land for them. And they now get all this land. And it goes pretty well with their religion. They have a little bit of the purple team's religion, but that doesn't really matter to them. And now the gray team is going to take all of this land. They did get a lot. The cyan team, they don't get as much land out of it. But the orange team right here is going to get a lot of land. And then immediately oh my gosh. Whatever, they split apart. Yeah, how about that? And there are three new countries down here. A lime, a purple, and a red. And they all formed in the north side of this country. So the only thing that should be a problem is the coast that they had over here. They don't have anymore. But now we're going to look at a new country forming, up here in Korea. And it's going to form right on this side. And let's use this color. So Korea has now formed, and it's going to start out small, but probably about 10 years after that war, it'll grow to about, not that big. So it'll take over all the north area up there, and a lot of this area as well. Just like that. And then, of course, we need the capital, which we'll put right here. So, they are pretty secured by, unless you go by the sea. So, they're like a peninsula. So, there's not really going to be much happening up there. Now, we're going to look over here, as the alliances up here are slowly going to be clashing out. And eventually, war will be declared after this purple little country claims they had this land. This land's theirs. Even though officially it's not. So, they're going to settle this like anybody would and declare war on them. And they invade them pretty good. And they eventually get close to the capital. And a lot of that area. The Yellow team response is immediate. And they go ahead and take a lot of this area over. And send a special unit to deal with this area down here. But their allies are down here, so it's going to be a little harder. And their ally is also one of the strongest teams in the world. They have some of the strongest countries. If we see on the ranking, the first, 13th, 14th, and 15th, as well as himself, which is the third. So, this should be a pretty easy victory for them. And we also see some gold team troops coming out into this area, taking this area over all around Sicily. And a lot of this newly claimed land is what they're going to take over. But they send up just a few soldiers, and it basically deals with them as they take back most of the land that they have. The Yellow team's response is going to be slowly stopped, and even down there, all of it is taken back as their allies' help is now here. The Yellow team, realizing the mistake they've done, they want to declare white peace. This country, though, is not going to accept it. They're going to continue marching in. Eventually, though, the Yellow team, the Yellow team continues marching in, but it's not going good for them. And then, after a lot of fighting, this happens. And then, this happens. And then, yeah, so their capital, pretty sure they had a different capital. Shows up they don't. That is very weird, but, okay, let's change that. Now that I know their capital's over there, the plan is going to change. It's more like this. And then this area, not really going to be pushed back. This area that's going to be taken first. And then this area is going to be taken back over by the Yellow team. This area is still very important to them. And, oh yeah, I forget this country up here is in the alliance as well. But it goes about like this. There's a pretty big stalemate, but eventually it is broken as the Mediterranean country, the southern one anyways, has moved up into the gold theme, taking most of their area from them. They also decide to spark revolution in this country as a new red team. The old red team is trying to form back up here. It's gone now. It was a very weak revolution. But now a more powerful one, it has formed. The Italian country is being born right here. And it was pretty good. They even helped launch an invasion into this country with the southern Mediterranean country, which leads to its surrender. Now it's just the other team, so now they both agree to peace on the southern Mediterranean country's terms. And I have finished the peace treaty. Starting off this pink country, all this land gets taken from them. They get to be alive, but they're nothing compared to what they used to be. These claims the yellow team had gotten, they're gone. The southern Mediterranean country, we're now just going to call them Mediterranean, or the Mediterranean Empire, but they have all of this land. The yellow team gains a little bit of back. Meanwhile, up here in this country, this much of the land is taken from them. And the rest, the southern 3 provinces are given over to Italy. Or the southern 2 anyway. The rest is going to be made into a new country. And just like that, there are 2 new countries on the map. And the remnants of an old one. Mediterranean is now very, very strong. They are the strongest, one of the strongest countries on the planet. And if we see the rankings, it'll definitely need to be updated. They are 3rd. 2nd is the red team down here. And 1st is the peach team. But the peach team is slowly losing their control over things. And we'll just have to see how that plays out as they can't expand anymore. Anyway, time to look at the trade route. It has become very messy. But up here, there's an effort being made to get through some of these new countries. Meanwhile, over here, one is made to Korea, and the start of one of the longest sea voyages ever has been made to get to the purple team. It stops right about here. They have to turn back. So, and that part doesn't go very well. But slowly, after about 30 years, they make it all the way to this island. They eventually conquer it for themselves, as well as this northern island up here. They go through the island all the way to the purple team. So this is the longest sea voyage ever completed. The next largest was probably the ones down here that go through this African country. Probably the northern one, but that was the longest sea voyage beforehand. Now this one is the largest. And with that comes exponential growth to Korea. So much so they end up taking a lot of these southern lands down here from China. And they have now become very strong. But now it is time to look at the rankings as they have updated a lot. So let's take a look at that. And here are the updated power rankings. They have changed a lot. Number 1 is now the red team. They have improved their military significantly. Number 2 is the Mediterranean Empire, since they have expanded a lot and they have gained a ton of technically a ton of allies. They aren't like known like the Peach team, but they are like the Italy and the Red Country. Also something to think about: the second and third countries are in an alliance. Next, fourth is Korea. No, fourth is the Cyan team. Fifth is the Orange and Purple Union. Sixth is the Cyan team. Seventh is the Red team. Eighth is... No. I don't know what I put with eighth. Oh, eighth is the Purple team. Ninth is the Blue team. 10th is the Green team. 11th is the Purple team remnant. The strongest one, of course. 12th is the Dark Green team. 13th is the Czechoslovakia Lime team. 14th is the Cyan team, Dark Cyan team. 15th, well, 10th and 10th, I guess, are tied. The Green team and Korea. The 15th is the Southern Purple team remnant. 16th is the Gray team. 17th is the Green team Union. 18th is the Yellow team, who got hurt significantly. 19th is Gibraltar. And I believe 20th is this Purple team. Pink team. Now we're going to go into our expansion update for the day. This country has expanded a good amount, but just know that they are slowly fighting more than they can chew. And they are slowly going to be dying out. This Green team even does some more expanding, but it's small, as they don't want all those little countries to form again. That really does it for this side of the world. This country has expanded very rapidly. It is now this size until half of it dies out, and they are left with something like this, as well as some land down here. So there it goes. Up here, France actually grows pretty good. Some of these other countries grow a little bit too. They're each focused with their own goals, but most of them are focused on heading north. The northern countries are focused on heading north, whereas the southern countries are focused on heading down south. There we go. And now we see the expansion for the day is over. Besides for some of these countries down here. The Blue team is going to get surrounded by the Yellow team. The Green team is going to actually expand pretty well. These two countries don't expand, but this blue guy ends up expanding a good amount and taking over the land. taking over some of this land right here. And that is the daily expansion update. And that actually concludes our video, besides for a minor war between the pink team. And it is very short, as they take the capital instantly, pretty much. Spelling defeat for this country. We're just gonna make this simple. They get the northern province, which means they also have to move their capital. And that was the only major city they had, so we're just gonna poof one into existence right here. And that is our update for today, as well as our episode. If you enjoyed this video, please share your support, subscribe, like, anything you need to do to help out. I appreciate it very much, and I'll see you in the next one.